Listen to me. This is not just another motivational video. This is a wake-up call, an hour of truth that could change the rest of your life. If you've ever doubted yourself, if you've ever felt stuck, broken, or forgotten, this message is for you. I need you to hear this right now. You are not here by accident. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. And if no one has told you today, let me be the first to remind you. You are valuable. You are rare. And you have something inside of you that the world desperately needs. Your voice, your story, your journey, your scars, all of it matters. Too many of us spend our lives comparing ourselves to others, scrolling through highlight reels, measuring our worth by numbers, likes, or the approval of people who barely know us. But let me ask you something. Why chase the shadow of someone else when you were created to shine in your own light? You are not a copy. You are not a duplicate. You are an original masterpiece. And the world doesn't need another imitation. It needs you, fully alive, fully awake, and fully stepping into your calling. But here's the truth. Life will try to convince you otherwise. You've been rejected. You've been doubted. You've been abandoned, hurt, overlooked. And you've started to believe the lie that maybe you're not enough, that maybe your dream is too big, that maybe your voice doesn't matter, that maybe it's safer to stay small, to hide, to settle for average. But I need you to hear me clearly. What hurt you is preparing you. What broke you is building you. And what you thought was the end of you is actually the beginning of something greater. Your pain has purpose. Your failure has wisdom buried inside it. But it all depends on one thing. Will you rise or will you stay down? Listen, life will give you 1,000 reasons to quit, but you only need one reason to keep going. So here's the challenge. Stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, how can this grow me? How can this shape me? How can this fuel me to become stronger than I was yesterday? Because every setback carries a setup. Every obstacle hides an opportunity. Every ending makes room for a new beginning. And right now, you're being given a choice. Stay stuck in the past or step boldly into your future. Yes, they doubted you. Yes, they walked away. Yes, you were left with scars. But scars don't mean you lost. Scars mean you survived. And survival is the seed of victory. So I'm asking you, right here, right now, are you ready to rise again? Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday when it's perfect, but today. Because time doesn't wait, life doesn't pause, and the opportunity you're holding in your hands right now may never come again. So what will you do with the day you've been given? What will you do with the breath in your lungs, the fire in your chest, the gift of one more sunrise? Stop overthinking. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect. Perfect doesn't come. Progress does. And all you need to do today is take one step, one action, one decision. Do not underestimate the power of one. One choice to forgive. One choice to try again. One choice to believe. One choice to rise. Because small steps repeated with faith turn into giant leaps over time. So I need you to wake up, get up, stand up, and remember who you are. You are stronger than you know. You are braver than you feel, and you are more capable than you have ever believed. Today is not just another day. Today is your day. Today is your chance. Today is your beginning. And I promise you this, if you choose to rise, if you choose to fight, if you choose to believe, the same world that doubted you will one day have no choice but to respect you. Because nothing is more unstoppable than a human being who refuses to quit. Part 2. I want you to think about something. How many dreams have been buried because someone was too afraid to start? How many lives have been left unlived because fear held the pen instead of courage? How many times have you told yourself, "Tomorrow I'll begin," only to watch tomorrow turn into next week, next month, next year? Let me tell you something powerful. Tomorrow is a myth. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Tomorrow is a promise that life has never guaranteed you. All you have is today, this moment, this heartbeat, this chance. And if you waste it, if you let it slip through your fingers, you may never get it back. So stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for the perfect season. There is no perfect season. There's only now. The greatest tragedy is not death. It's a life unlived, a dream unchased, a gift unused. You weren't born to just exist, pay bills, and fade away. You were born to make an impact. You were born to leave a legacy in your own way. But here's the hard truth. Nothing changes until you decide. You can pray for it. You can wish for it. You can talk about it. But until you take action, it will always remain a dream. Faith without works is dead. Vision without execution is just imagination. And I know you've imagined long enough. Now it's time to move. Think about the people you admire, the leaders, the visionaries, the entrepreneurs, the athletes, the warriors of history. They weren't born special. They weren't born fearless. They weren't born unstoppable. They became unstoppable because they decided not to quit. Talent can open the door, but discipline keeps you in the room. Passion can ignite the fire, but persistence keeps it burning. Dreams can inspire you, but habits transform you. So don't tell me you're waiting for motivation. Motivation is temporary. Motivation comes and goes. What you need is commitment, because commitment says, even when I don't feel like it, I'll show up. Even when it hurts, I'll keep pushing. Even when I fail, I'll rise again. And when you commit, truly commit, nothing, no setback, no failure, no doubt, no fear can stop you. Now let's talk about your circle, because some of you are carrying dead weight and wondering why you can't fly. Listen carefully. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone should have access to your energy. Not everyone is qualified to speak into your life. You need people who challenge you, not just cheer for you. You need people who correct you, not just comfort you. You need people who see the best in you, but also refuse to let you settle for less than your best. If the people around you don't inspire you, stretch you, or push you higher, then you don't have a circle, you have a cage. And a cage will never let you soar. So this is your wake-up call. Evaluate your circle. Are they fueling your fire or extinguishing it? Are they lifting you or limiting you? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Because the wrong people can drown a right vision, and the right people can turn an ordinary dream into an extraordinary legacy. Now let's get real for a second. You've been through things that no one knows about. You've cried in silence. You've carried battles in your heart that would break others in half. And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. That alone makes you extraordinary. You didn't quit when it was hard. You didn't quit when they left. You didn't quit when life tried to bury you. You may have bent, but you did not break. And because you're still here, it means your story is...
Listen to me. This is not just another motivational video. This is a wake-up call. An hour of truth that could change the rest of your life. If you've ever doubted yourself, if you've ever felt stuck, broken, or forgotten, this message is for you. It means your story is not finished. Your fight is not over. Your purpose is still alive. So stop acting like it's the end. It's not the end. It's the beginning of your rise. Every chapter that broke you is only proof that the story is worth telling. Every scar you carry is a testimony that you refuse to be destroyed. And one day, when you've climbed out of this valley, when you've reached the other side, someone will look at your story and say, because they didn't quit, I won't quit either. And that, my friend, is legacy. So let this be the moment you decide. No more excuses, no more delays, no more living beneath the weight of fear, doubt, or insecurity. This is the day you rise. This is the day you fight. This is the day you begin again. Because your life matters, your purpose matters, and the world is waiting for the best version of you to show up. Don't let fear silence you. Don't let failure stop you. Don't let yesterday define you. Rise, step forward, and live today like it's your last, because one day you'll be right. There's a fire inside you that life has been trying to put out. Every disappointment poured water on it. Every rejection threw dirt on it. Every failure tried to smother it. But here's the truth. Fire doesn't die that easily. When you refuse to quit, when you refuse to bow down to defeat, that flame inside of you grows hotter, stronger, more unshakable. And that fire is your power. It's the reason you're still here. It's the reason you still dream. It's the reason that deep down, even when everything in life told you to stop believing, you couldn't let go of the vision inside of you. That fire is your purpose speaking. That fire is your destiny calling. That fire is proof that you were made for more. But here's where so many people fall short. They confuse struggle with failure. Listen, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. Just because it takes time doesn't mean it's not working. And just because you fell doesn't mean you're finished. Struggle is not the enemy. Struggle is the proof that you're in the fight. Struggle is the training ground where strength is forged. Do you think diamonds come from comfort? Do you think steel becomes strong without fire? Do you think greatness is born without pressure? No. Pressure creates power. Fire creates resilience. Struggle creates champions. So instead of running from the struggle, embrace it. Let it mold you. Let it sharpen you. Let it shape you into the person you were meant to become. Because when you come out of this storm, and you will, you'll be stronger than the storm itself. I know you failed before. I know you've tried and it didn't work out. But failure is not the end. Failure is feedback. Failure whispers, not this way, try another. Failure teaches lessons that success never could. Failure is the soil where resilience grows. And if you failed, congratulations, you're in good company. Every great inventor fails hundreds of times. Every champion lost before they won. Every leader stumbled before they rose. The difference is simple. They didn't stop at failure. They didn't make failure their final chapter. They used it as fuel to keep going. So don't be afraid of failing. Be afraid of quitting. Because failure can still move you forward, but quitting keeps you stuck. Now hear me on this. You cannot keep carrying yesterday into today. The pain, the guilt, the mistakes, the people who left, the chances you missed. If you keep dragging the past behind you, how will you ever have the strength to step into your future? At some point, you have to let it go. At some point, you have to stop rehearsing what hurt you. At some point, you have to stop living in a prison you built out of your own memories. Yes, they hurt you. Yes, you messed up. Yes, you lost time. But today, you are still breathing. And that means you still have time to rebuild. You still have time to rise. You still have time to rewrite the story. So close the door on what was. Forgive yourself. Forgive them. And move forward. Because the weight you refuse to release will be the anchor that drowns your destiny. And while you're moving forward, let me give you this truth. Consistency beats intensity. Anyone can be fired up for a day. Anyone can stay motivated for a week. But champions are made in the long run. Discipline, routine, faithful steps repeated day after day. That's how greatness is built. Not in a single leap, but in steady steps that compound over time. So don't worry if progress feels slow. Don't worry if others are ahead of you. Don't worry if it feels like no one notices, because greatness is not built in public. It's built in the shadows. It's built in the quiet hours when no one is clapping. It's built when you choose to do the work even though no one is watching. And one day soon, the results will speak louder than any words ever could. I want you to imagine your future self for a moment. The person you want to become, the life you want to live, the legacy you want to leave. Now let me ask you, what would that version of you say to the you sitting here right now? Would they thank you for your effort? Would they be proud of your consistency? Would they be grateful that you didn't quit? Or would they look back and regret, wishing you had been braver, stronger, more relentless? Because the truth is, every choice you make today is shaping the person you will become tomorrow. So ask yourself, are my daily habits leading me closer to my destiny or further away from it? This is not the time to be passive. This is not the time to wait for luck. This is not the time to hope success fall into your lap. This is the time to grind. This is the time to push. This is the time to rise with everything you've got. Because the future belongs to those who refuse to give up. The future belongs to the consistent. The future belongs to the bold. And the future is waiting for you. Let me tell you something that might sting a little bit. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants growth. Everybody wants freedom. But wanting isn't enough. Desire without discipline is just daydreaming. It's your daily decisions, the small choices you make when nobody is watching, that create the life you're living. The late night scrolling instead of working. The excuses instead of effort. The comfort instead of challenge. That's what shapes your tomorrow. And here's the thing. Your future self is either going to thank you or blame you. Thank you for sacrificing now so they can live free later. Or blame you for wasting time, settling for average, and never fighting for more. So let me ask you, who are you building for? Who are you showing up for? Because every day you skip, every day you settle, every day you quit, you are stealing from your future self. But every day you grind, every day you push, every day you choose discipline over excuses,
You are investing in a future you won't regret. And I get it. It's not easy. Discipline never feels good in the moment. Growth always comes with pain. But pain is not your enemy. Pain is proof that you're stretching beyond your limits. Pain is evidence that you're growing into who you're supposed to be. No tree grows tall without pressure from the wind. No muscles grow strong without resistance from the weight. No character becomes unshakable without enduring trials. So don't run from the pain. Don't avoid the resistance. Don't curse the struggle. Thank it. Embrace it. Use it. Because the very thing you want to escape may be the thing you need most. Now let's address the lie that says, I'm not ready. How many times have you told yourself that? That you'll start when you're ready. That you'll launch when you feel prepared. That you'll chase the dream when the timing is right. Listen carefully. You will never feel 100% ready. There will always be doubt. There will always be fear. There will always be uncertainty. But champions don't wait for certainty. They create it. Leaders don't wait for confidence. They build it through action. Warriors don't wait for perfect timing. They step into the battlefield anyway. So stop waiting to feel ready. You don't need permission. You don't need validation. You don't need every detail figured out. All you need is courage to take the first step. Because clarity comes through movement, confidence grows through action, and breakthroughs only happen when you leave the safety of someday and step into the risk of today. And while we're here, let's talk about fear.
Fear is loud. Fear is convincing. Fear will give you 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't try. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Fear will exaggerate the risk and minimize the reward. Fear will shout your weaknesses and whisper your strengths. Fear will remind you of every failure, but never of the lessons you learned. Fear's only power is the power you give it. So what if you change the way you see fear? What if instead of running from it, you used it as fuel? Because fear means you're on the edge of something important. Fear means you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Fear means you're growing. So next time you feel fear, don't shrink back. Step forward. Look fear in the face and remind it, you don't control me. I control me. Let's go even deeper. The truth is, greatness isn't about being the loudest. It's not about being the strongest. It's not about being the most talented. Greatness is about endurance, about persistence, about showing up again and again, even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when it seems impossible. The world doesn't reward the people who start fast. It rewards the people who finish strong. So stop comparing your journey to others. Their timeline is not your timeline. Their race is not your race. Their path is not your path. The only competition you have is the version of you from yesterday. Did you grow today? Did you push yourself today? Did you take one more step forward today? If the answer is yes, then you're winning. I need you to understand this. Every giant you see was once a beginner. Every legend you admire once felt like quitting. Every hero you look up to once stood where you are now, tired, unsure, afraid. But the difference is they didn't quit. They didn't let the doubt win. They didn't let the fear stop them. They didn't let the struggle define them. And because they didn't quit, the world remembers their names. So let me ask you, what story will your life tell? Will it be a story of excuses or endurance? A story of fear or faith? A story of comfort or courage? The choice is yours, and you're making it every single day. Let me tell you something important. Your circle matters. The people you allow around you will either lift you higher or drag you lower. They will either feed your fire or smother your flame. So look around. Who's speaking into your life? Who's in your corner when things get tough? Who's pushing you toward greatness and who's pulling you back into comfort? Because not everyone who claps for you wants to see you win. Not everyone who smiles in your face believes in your vision. Not everyone who's around you is truly for you, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. Not everyone is meant to carry the weight of your destiny. But if you keep holding on to the wrong people, you'll never have room for the right ones. So stop chasing approval. Stop trying to drag people along who don't want to grow. Stop dimming your light so others can feel comfortable in the dark. It's time to protect your energy. It's time to guard your space. It's time to surround yourself with those who challenge you, believe in you, and remind you of who you are when you forget. Because iron sharpens iron, and dull company will make you dull. Now let's shift to another truth. You cannot control everything in life. You can't control how people treat you. You can't control the storms that come. You can't control every twist and turn in the road. But you can control how you respond. You can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control your focus. Life isn't about waiting for things to be perfect. It's about learning how to stand tall when they're not. So instead of saying, "Why me?" start saying, "Try me." Because you are stronger than you think. You are tougher than you know. And you've already survived storms you thought would break you. So what makes you think you won't survive this one too? Here's the danger most people fall into. Comfort. Comfort feels good in the moment. Comfort whispers, "You've done enough." Comfort convinces you to settle when you're meant to soar. But comfort is a slow killer. It robs you of potential. It numbs your hunger. It silences your drive. And if you're not careful, comfort will trick you into living a life far smaller than the one you're capable of. So yes, growth is uncomfortable. Yes, discipline is hard. Yes, chasing your dream comes with pain. But pain has purpose. Discomfort has direction. And growth is always waiting just beyond what feels safe. So don't run back to comfort. Run toward challenge. Because everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. I need you to hear this. Your story isn't over. You've been through things that would have destroyed other people. You've walked through nights that felt endless. You've carried burdens heavier than anyone knows. But you're still here, still breathing, still fighting. And if you're still here, it means your purpose is not finished. The fact that you woke up today is proof that your story still has chapters left to write. And how those chapters are written is up to you. So stop living like the ending has already been decided. Stop acting like the best days of your life are behind you. Stop believing the lie that it's too late. It's not too late. You're not too old. You're not too broken. Your story is still being written, and the next chapter can be the greatest one yet if you decide to make it so. And while you're writing that story, let me remind you, success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become. The world doesn't need another person who's rich but empty. The world doesn't need another person who's famous but broken. The world doesn't need another person who looks successful on the outside but feels lost on the inside. What the world needs is you, whole, alive, fulfilled, walking in purpose. So don't chase success at the cost of your soul. Don't sacrifice your values for applause. Don't trade your character for clout. Build something that lasts. Build something that matters. Build a life that makes you proud when you look in the mirror. Because true success isn't measured by numbers, it's measured by impact. Now, let me speak to the part of you that's tired, the part of you that's been grinding but not seeing results, the part of you that's wondering if it's even worth it. I know it feels heavy. I know it feels slow. I know it feels endless. But hear me. Progress is happening even if you don't see it yet. Seeds don't sprout the same day they're planted. Dreams don't manifest overnight. Transformation doesn't happen instantly. But just because it's invisible doesn't mean it's real. Every time you show up, you're building. Every time you choose discipline, you're planting. Every time you refuse to quit, you're watering the seed. And one day, when the time is right, the harvest will come. So don't quit in the dark. Don't abandon the process just because it feels slow. Don't give up 5 minutes before the breakthrough. Because sometimes the last key in the bunch is the one that opens the lock. Let's talk about the word discipline. It's not glamorous. It's not flashy. It doesn't get the same attention as motivation. But discipline is what separates dreamers from doers. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you going when motivation fades. Because motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. And feelings change. Feelings are fragile. Feelings are unreliable. But decisions create destiny. Think about it like this. Every day you have 2 choices: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. One will cost you in the short term. The other will haunt you for a lifetime. So when that alarm clock goes off, choose discipline. When that workout feels impossible, choose discipline. When that dream looks too far away, choose discipline. Because every act of discipline is a brick, and those bricks are building the foundation of your future.
Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if I fail? And the answer is simple. You will. At some point, you will fall short. At some point, you will make mistakes. At some point, you will stumble. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Show me someone who has never failed, and I'll show you someone who has never tried. Failure is feedback. Failure is information. Failure is the universe saying, "Not this way. Try again." So don't fear failure. Fear quitting. Fear living a life so safe, so cautious, so careful that you never fail at all because you never tried. Here's a secret most people don't realize. You don't need to know the whole path. You just need to take the next step. The journey will reveal itself along the way. Think about driving at night. Your headlights only show a short stretch of the road, but you can still get to your destination if you just keep moving forward. Life works the same way. Stop waiting to see the entire map before you start moving. Stop waiting for all the answers before you take action. Stop waiting until you feel ready. You don't need the whole staircase. Just take the first step, and then the next one, and the next one. And eventually you'll look back and realize you climbed a mountain you once thought was impossible. Let's go deeper. The strongest force in the human mind is identity. You will always act in alignment with who you believe you are. If you see yourself as weak, you will act weak. If you see yourself as broken, you will act broken. If you see yourself as average, you will act average. But the moment you change your identity, your actions will follow. So instead of saying, "I want to be disciplined," start saying, "I am disciplined." Instead of saying, I want to be confident, start saying, I am confident. Instead of saying, I want to be strong, start saying, I am strong. Speak it, declare it, own it, because your words shape your world. And if you don't control the story you're telling yourself, your doubts will. Now listen closely. The people who change the world aren't always the most talented. They aren't always the smartest. They aren't always the most gifted. They're the ones who refuse to give up, the ones who keep showing up, the ones who keep moving forward when everyone else quits. Consistency beats intensity. Endurance beats talent. Persistence beats perfection. It's not about doing everything in one day. It's about doing something every day. One step forward, one page written, one workout completed, one choice aligned with your purpose. Small victories add up to big transformations. So let me ask you, what's the one step you can take today? Not tomorrow, not next week, not when life feels easier. Today. Because your future doesn't begin in the future, it begins now. And what you do with this moment will echo for years to come. So choose wisely. Choose courage. Choose discipline. Choose growth. Because one day you'll look back and the difference between the life you lived and the life you could have lived will come down to the decisions you're making right now. Let me remind you of something powerful. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not the pain you went through. Too many people drag yesterday into today, and then they wonder why the future feels so heavy. But hear me, your past is a place of reference, not residence. Yes, it shaped you. Yes, it taught you. Yes, it left scars. But scars are not signs of weakness. They're proof you survived. They're reminders that what tried to break you couldn't hold you down. So stop letting your past define your future. Stop replaying old wounds in your mind. Stop giving more energy to what's behind you than what's ahead of you. The windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason, because where you're going matters more than where you've been. Now let's talk about patience. In a world that worships instant results, patience feels like weakness, but patience is power. Patience is trusting the process. Patience is planting seeds and believing the harvest will come. Patience is refusing to give up just because you don't see results right away. A bamboo tree takes 5 years before it even breaks the ground. But once it does, it can grow over 80 feet in a single season. 5 years of unseen growth beneath the surface. 5 years of building roots strong enough to sustain greatness. That's you right now. You may not see the results yet, but roots are growing, strength is forming, foundations are being built. Don't dig up in doubt what you planted in faith. And while we're here, let's address comparison. One of the fastest ways to kill joy is to compare your journey to someone else's highlight reel. You see their success, but not their sacrifice. You see their breakthroughs, but not their battles. You see their glory, but not their grind. Comparison steals gratitude. Comparison poisons focus. Comparison convinces you that you're behind when you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So stop measuring your life by someone else's timeline. Stop chasing their version of success. Stop trying to keep up with their pace. Run your race. Stay in your lane.
Focus on your assignment, because the only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Here's another truth. Your dream will cost you. It will cost you time. It will cost you energy. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you friendships. It may even cost you sleep. But it will never cost you much as regret. The price of discipline is high. The price of chasing your dream is heavy. But the price of regret is unbearable. So if you're going to pay a price anyway, why not pay it for something worth having? Why not give everything you've got to build the life you were born to live? Let's talk about mindset. The battle always begins in the mind. Before you win in your career, you must win in your mind. Before you win in your health, you must win in your mind. Before you win in your relationships, you must win in your mind. Because the stories you believe will shape the life you live. If you believe you're not enough, you'll act like it. If you believe you'll never make it, you won't. If you believe success is for other people, you'll never claim it for yourself. But the moment you shift your mindset, everything changes. Start believing you are capable. Start believing you are worthy. Start believing that the life you want is possible. Because your mind is a weapon, and if you don't learn to control it, it will control you. And finally, let me leave you with this. You matter. You are not an accident. You are not here by chance. Your life has purpose. There are people you are meant to inspire. There are lives you are meant to impact. There is a story inside you that someone else needs to hear. So don't shrink back. Don't silence your voice. Don't underestimate your value. You are more powerful than you know. You are stronger than you believe. And the world is waiting for the greatness only you can bring. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly believed in yourself? Not when things were easy. Not when people were cheering for you. Not when everything was working out. I mean when life was heavy. When the odds were stacked against you. When nobody else saw the vision but you. Because that's when belief matters most. Belief isn't tested in the sunshine. Belief is tested in the storm. And if you want to rise to greatness, you've got to learn how to believe in yourself when nobody else does. Because sometimes you will be the only one who sees the dream. Sometimes you will be the only one carrying the vision.
Sometimes you will be the only one willing to fight for it. And that's okay, because all it takes is one believer to change the world. But let's get real for a moment. Belief alone is not enough. You can believe all day long, but if you don't back it up with action, it's nothing more than wishful thinking. Belief is the spark. Action is the fire. So don't just sit around hoping life will change. Don't just talk about your goals. Don't just dream. Do. Because faith without works is dead, and dreams without action are just fantasies. Start today. Start messy. Start scared. Start with what you have, where you are. Because greatness doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Greatness is built in the mess, in the chaos, in the moments when you don't feel ready, but you move anyway. Here's another thing most people won't tell you. Success is lonely. Not everyone will understand your grind. Not everyone will support your discipline. Not everyone will cheer for your consistency. In fact, some people will laugh. Some people will doubt. Some people will walk away. But hear me. That's the price of growth. If everyone clapped for you, it would mean you're playing it safe. If nobody questioned you, it would mean you're not doing anything bold. If nobody left, it would mean you never leveled up. So don't see loneliness as a curse. See it as confirmation. It means you're walking a path not everyone is willing to walk. And that's what separates leaders from followers, champions from spectators. Let's talk about resilience. Resilience is not about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. Life will knock you down. Life will hit you hard. Life will test you again and again. But resilience says, no matter how many times I fall, I will rise again. Every setback becomes a setup. Every wound becomes wisdom. Every scar becomes strength. So stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks. Start seeing them as training. Life isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to develop you. Because diamonds are made under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And your destiny is built through resistance. Now, listen carefully. Comfort zones are prisons. They feel safe. They feel familiar. They feel easy. But they will keep you stuck. You weren't created to live a life of just enough. You weren't created to play small. You weren't created to spend your days stuck in routine, waiting for weekends, living for holidays, and calling that a life. You were created to expand. You were created to grow. You were created to do more, be more, give more. And the only way to do that is to step out of your comfort zone and into courage. Because courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you move forward even though you are. And while we're here, let me talk to you about gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces on earth. It turns what you have into enough. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. It changes your perspective in an instant. Gratitude doesn't mean you stop striving. It doesn't mean you stop dreaming. It doesn't mean you settle. It means that while you're chasing what's next, you appreciate what's now. Because if you're not grateful for what you have, you won't be grateful for what's coming. So pause. Take a breath. Look around. There are blessings you've overlooked, victories you've forgotten, moments you prayed for that you now take for granted. Gratitude unlocks joy. Gratitude fuels peace. Gratitude gives you strength for the journey ahead. So let me remind you one more time. You are capable. You are worthy. You are enough. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop holding back. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your life. And it's time to rise. Let's talk about time. The most valuable currency you'll ever have. Not money, not status, not possessions. Time. Because money can be lost and made again. Status can rise and fall. Possessions can break, fade, or be replaced. But time, once it's gone forever. And yet, so many people treat time like it's unlimited. They waste it on distractions. They spend it pleasing people who don't even care about them. They trade it for comfort instead of growth. But you can't afford to waste your time, because every second you spend is an investment. And the question is, what are you investing in? Are you investing in excuses or results? Are you investing in scrolling or building? Are you investing in comfort or your calling? Now, listen closely. One day, your time will run out. That's not negative. That's reality. And when that day comes, you won't care about likes or followers. You won't care about opinions or approval. You won't care about the people who doubted you. You'll care about one thing. Did you live fully? Did you give everything you had? Did you pour your gifts into the world? Did you love deeply, serve greatly, and fight relentlessly for your purpose? Or did you play small? Did you let fear win? Did you waste the time you were given? Now let's shift, because living with urgency doesn't mean living with panic. It doesn't mean rushing through life. It doesn't mean constantly stressing about tomorrow. It means being intentional. It means waking up each day and asking, what can I do today that will bring me closer to my vision? It means saying no to distractions so you can say yes to destiny. Let me share something powerful. Your future is hidden inside your daily habits, not in what you do once in a while, not in the big decisions you make once a year, but in the small, consistent actions you repeat every single day. If you want to know what your life will look like in 5 years, look at your habits today. Are you feeding your mind? Are you strengthening your body? Are you investing in your relationships? Are you building your skills? Are you managing your money? Because habits compound. What feels small today becomes significant tomorrow. And what feels insignificant today can become destiny-changing 5 years from now. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear is the silent killer of dreams. Not failure, not rejection, not criticism. Fear. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of what people will say. Fear of stepping into the unknown. But here's the truth. Fear will never leave. No matter how strong you get, no matter how much you grow, fear will always whisper. But the goal isn't to get rid of fear. The goal is to move forward anyway. Fear is just a sign you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. Fear is proof you're chasing something bigger than yourself. So don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Don't wait for it to disappear. Look fear in the face and say, you don't control me anymore. And let's be clear, courage is contagious. When you step up, when you refuse to shrink back, when you dare to take action despite the fear, you inspire others to do the same. Someone out there is waiting on you to be brave. Someone out there is waiting on you to lead. Someone out there is waiting on you to step into your purpose so they can step into theirs. Your courage isn't just about you. It's about the generations that come after you. Now, let's touch on legacy. Legacy isn't about what you leave for people. It's about what you leave in people. The impact you make, the lessons you teach, the inspiration you give. That's what lasts. That's what echoes long after you're gone. So stop living just for the weekend. Stop living just for the paycheck. Stop living just for the moment. Start living for legacy. Start living for impact. Start living for purpose. Because your life is too valuable to waste on things that don't matter. So here's my challenge to you. Start now. Don't wait, don't delay. Write the vision, set the goal, take the step. Because life won't hand you your dreams. Life will test you. Life will stretch you. Life will demand everything you've got. But if you refuse to quit, if you keep showing up, if you stay hungry, stay humble, and stay focused, nothing can stop you. So here we are. 1 hour of reminders, 1 hour of truths poured into your spirit. But what matters now is what you do next. Because motivation without action is just noise. And I don't want this to be noise. I want this to be fuel. Fuel that drives you out of bed in the morning. Fuel that pushes you through doubt. Fuel that reminds you of who you are when life tries to make you forget. You have one life, one shot, one chance to leave your mark on this world. So take it. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until the timing is perfect. Don't wait for permission. Start, move, build, create, fall, rise, learn, grow. And when you feel like giving up, come back to this moment. Come back to this fire. Come back to the truth that you are stronger than you know, braver than you believe, and more powerful than you could ever imagine. Now go and live the life you were born to live. This is your time. This is your moment. Go claim it.